What's up, guys? Will here. Welcome back to another episode of the Complete Papa John's review. Today we're tackling our fifth and final crust you can get at Papa John's, which is the gluten-free crust. And well, I'm looking on the menu here, and it doesn't say any, health advisory for the gluten-free crust. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take the Domino's menu. Where is it? Okay. I'm going to kind of recite the gluten-free thing on the Domino's thing, but I'm going to replace Domino's with Papa John's here. So yeah. Papa John, Okay, Papa John's pizza made with a gluten-free crust is prepared in a common kitchen with the risk of gluten exposure. Therefore, Papa John's does not recommend this pizza for customers with celiac disease. Customers with gluten sensitivity should exercise judgment in consuming this pizza. So yeah, that's basically the same message Papa John's is putting out, I'm sure. I would be surprised if it's not. But yeah, anyways though, enough with the health advisory. If my camera can focus, thank you very much. This is what we're working with here. It looks just like, the thin crust that we got on the last bit, except, this is a gluten-free crust. So yeah. You can only get this in a small, and I believe Domino's was exactly the same way. You can only get it in a small. And yeah, whenever I got this, they still give you the garlic dipping sauce. I don't have it with me because I'm cycling a bunch, like 4 other cups, I should say. 5 at a time. I'm taking out the old ones and putting in the new ones because I don't want expired garlic sauce in my fridge, which is also my parents' fridge. My whole family's fridge. So yeah, we don't want that. We definitely don't want that. I'm gonna take a small piece because why the hell not? So yeah, this is what we're working with here. I'm looking at the bottom. It kind of looks like just like the thin crust, but I'm sure it's gonna taste different because it is gluten free. But let's just give it a try. I wonder if this is a cauliflower crust. Yep. Here we go again. Stay. Thank you. I don't know why that's been falling so much recently. Oh. This could be a cauliflower crust. It's hard to tell though. Although I will say, it's not too bad though. I remember whenever we got the Domino's gluten-free pizza, and that thing was so fucking stiff. Like, I had to put some brute force trying to recut the pizza. It was ridiculously hard. But this is not nearly as hard. This I was very easily able to pull apart. So, yeah. With that being said, is it the best crust out of all of them? Definitely not. But I would say it's honestly slightly better than the thin crust. Because it's pretty much just as thin as the thin crust. You're getting it in a small. It's a little bit, I guess, healthier, I'd say. And, yeah, it's not as crunchy. So with that, I'm going to give this... I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10. I think I gave the thin crust, might have been a 5, or... actually, no, it might have been a 6. Uh, you know what? Yeah, I think it was a 6 actually. So with that being said, I think I'll just give this a 6.5 because I think it is slightly better than the thin crust. But yeah, that's just me. Well, anyways, time to rate rank all 5 of these pizzas here. Honestly, starting off on the bottom, that's a good question. What would be on the bottom? I would probably just put the thin crust here because I'm gonna be real. The thin crust was not really that appetizing to me. This was honestly a little bit better, I'd say, which is very surprising. The thin crust was just way too crunchy for me, and I could easily tell it was a pre-made crust. It's not, stretched out like some of the other crusts here. So yeah, the thin crust gonna go in the number 5 spot. The number 4 spot, I am going to put the gluten-free crust because I mean, if you can't do gluten, I guess you can have this, but like then again, you're still at risk of consuming gluten in one way or another because of flour or something. I'm not a fucking food and health expert here, so uh my say is don't freaking have this if you have a very high risk of a gluten allergy or whatever the disease is, celiac disease, whatever. But yeah, if you want something, I guess, of a unique flavor, this is a pretty unique flavor, I'd say. So yeah, that's at number 4. For number 3 spot, I am going to be putting the epic stuffed crust. And here's my reason why. The only reason why I'm putting this at the number 3 spot, I would easily put this at number 1, but the only reason why I'm putting it lower is because you can only get it in one size. If you were to able to get this pizza in like any other size, maybe not small, but like at least medium and maybe extra large, that would be so much more. I would be getting that so much more. Like for real. Yeah, I may have ranked that the highest of all the crusts, but in terms of practicality, you can only get it in one size. So unless you're getting a large pizza, you know for a fact you're getting a large pizza, then I would highly recommend getting the stuffed crust because it is absolutely delicious. But if you're not going to get a large pizza, if you're going to get a completely different size, small, medium, or extra large, then no, there's absolutely no point getting that. No point at all. So yeah, practicality's sakes, it's only going at the number 3 spot. So yeah, in the number 2 spot, I'm just gonna put the original crust because I think the New York style crust is just slightly better here, which that will be at the number 1 spot. Nothing wrong with the original crust. Granted, you can get the original crust in a small, where the New York style you cannot get in a small. But normally, not many people I'd say are ordering small pizzas these days. You're normally at wanting mediums, or if you are having a bunch of people eating the same pizza, like 2 or 3, maybe 4, hell, even 5, then you could go for the large or the extra large. I mean, extra large could be for like 4 or 5, but yeah, 2 or 3 would be the large. And normally, how Americans are, they tend to eat a whole lot of shit, a whole lot of pizza. So, honestly, one average American can eat a whole large, I'm sure, by themselves. So, yeah. Enough roasting my country aside. We got New York style at the number 1 spot, original crust at the number 2, epic stuff at number 3, gluten-free at number 4, and thin crust at number 5. So yeah, anyways, hope you all have enjoyed this whole portion of the Papa John's menu. If you did, be sure to like and subscribe. And yeah, similar to how we did Domino's, up next will be their specialty pizzas. So yeah, we will see you all next time for the specialty pizzas.